Now we would move on to second category of goods, that is consumer and capital goods. Now what are consumer goods? Consumer goods are those goods which are directly used for the satisfaction of human wants. Which are directly used for the satisfaction of human wants. Now these consumer goods are further categorized into four different types. Number one is durable use consumer goods. Durable consumer goods are those goods which are used for several years and they are relatively of higher value. For example, all electronic items at your places, car, AC, refrigerator and so on. These are all durable consumer goods. Number two is semi-durable consumer goods. Now semi-durable consumer goods are those goods which are used for 1 year or slightly more. For example, clothes, crockery, etc. Third category is non-durable or single-use consumer goods. Now these are those goods which are used up in a single act of consumption. That's why they are called single-use consumer goods, because they are used in the single act of consumption. For example, all the food stuff that you eat, it could be ice cream, it could be milk, it could be chocolate and so on. They cannot be used again and again. And similarly, fourth category is services. Services rendered to non-material goods, which are again directly used for satisfaction of human wants. Services of a doctor, services of a teacher, lawyer, these are the examples. Now, from consumer goods, we would move on to capital goods. What are capital goods? Capital goods are those goods which are used in the process of production and that too for several years. These are actually fixed assets of the producers and are of relatively higher value. For example, plant and machinery, land and building and so on. Now, consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. Now, first of all, what is consumption expenditure? Consumption expenditure refers to expenditure on consumption goods by the consumers in an economy during an accounting year. Now, consumers include number one, households, number two, government. Now see, government also consumes goods and services like for defense equipment, like for construction of roads, buildings, etc. Government needs some goods and services. So such goods and services constitute the consumption by the government. And similarly, there is another consumer group which is non-profit private institutions. Organizations, so-called NGOs could be the example, which consume goods and services for welfare of the society. Similarly, temples, mosques, etc. they are also under this category. Now, if you add consumption by all these three groups in an economy, that would be called aggregate consumption expenditure. उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? Aggregate consumption expenditure of an economy. Aggregate again means total consumption expenditure of the economy. Now we would move on to investment expenditure. As the name itself indicates, investment expenditure is the expenditure by producers on capital goods. Capital goods means goods which are fixed assets of the producers, which are used for several years, and these are like fixed assets such as plant and machinery. So this expenditure by producers on capital goods, it adds or it increases the stock of capital goods. Therefore, the formula for working out investment is I, that is investment, is equal to delta K. Delta K means change in stock of capital during an accounting year.